What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode and the final live streamed episode of GKDR. Now, I might have just said final, but it's not the final episode of GKDR. This is just going to be our last Twitch stream for now, as we are going to be moving on to pre-recorded content. It is episode 56. It is Tuesday, April 1st, and I am not joking about that, by the way. I'm your host, Devin Stanford, a.k.a. Brevin the Dude, and I am joined by Garrick Bartholomew Eaton. How you doing, brother?
My tummy hurts.
Your tummy hurts?
My tummy be hurting.
Yeah.
I
feel like that's a common thing that's going on lately.
Yeah.
What,
So yeah, nothing new. Just my tummy hurts, you know.
Is it the cheese?
Nah, I would, dude. I wish I had as simple an explanation as lactose intolerance.
Yeah.
That'd be easy. Then I'd just know.
Yeah, it'd be easy and cheesy.
No, they're treating me for ulcers right now, but we'll see if it makes any difference.
Yeah. Dude, besides ulcers, guys, this is gonna be our last live stream of GKDR. We're still gonna be continuing doing content, though. We'll be posting all of our podcasts in audio format as well as videos on YouTube. It is currently GK Fest right now. Since we will not be streaming on the Twitch for right now. Well, I mean, we're still going to be doing reactions. We're still going to be doing, co-streams here and there. We're still going to do splash damages here and there too, and we'll play new games.
But it won't be on Twitch.
It might be. It might be on both.
We're doing it all on YouTube.
Maybe. That hasn't fully been decided yet. Ernell and I have been talking about it. But the best way to find out where we will be streaming, we will be at, and when we will be doing those things is going to be on our Discord. So you'll want to join our Discord if you haven't yet. Make sure you do that. If you're listening to this, just look in the comments. You'll get links to the Discord and everything in there. That's where you'll find us hanging out and playing games and doing watch parties as well. We also, since we're not going to be on Twitch that much, although your subscriptions are duly noted and very much appreciated if you do continue to sub to us on there, we will not stop you from that. Believe me, we will not. But the best way to support us now is going to be on Patreon. That is going to be the best way to support GK going forward. And if you want to help us out even further, you can also go to goodkraken.com and you can get merchandise and links to all of our things there. So we are going to continue. Yeah.
No, content's not stopping. We're just not live streaming anymore, guys. Like, there's just too many variables, and it's going to change. It's going to make content a lot smoother, and like it's going to be better. It's going to be better in the long run as far as like you guys getting a good product at the end of it, and it's going to be better for us in terms of workload and like reliability. A lot easier for us to do pre-recorded content than it is for us to do live content. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we have a trend for technical issues. Like 90% of that goes away if we do pre-recorded content.
And not only that, we've all gotten very busy in our personal lives. Garrick owns a house and has a wife. Ernell has a daughter and a band and a partner. Xander has a whole family and is working a lot and doing like irregular work schedules too. And DJ has been traveling a lot. And me myself, I'm about to be playing a lot of music as Garrick found out yesterday.
Yeah, man, all I do is work.
Yeah, I'm going to start touring again this summer. So pre-recorded content is going to be the best way for us to provide the show for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know what? We're not talking about touring or anything like that today, because we're talking the Final Fantasy IX remake, question mark, the last Nintendo Switch Direct, and we're going to go out with the old and end with the two, with much, much more. Because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, and we're slashing through the podcast space to be your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. Except that last part was a lie. Sorry, guys. If you want to get ahead of the curve, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. But if you spend all your credits at another shop, that's totally okay. You can watch us record the show live right here at God, I am so used to saying the spiel, I not even edit it. But yeah, with that being said, go to our Patreon, subscribe to us there, help us out. We would love for you to help us give the level up our game, and you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, because that's going to be the best place to get content moving forward. Click that beautiful bell and big red button and subscribe to all of our podcast channels as well by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. Yeah, we're going to have to rewrite that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Garrick.
Yes.
Oh, wow, they changed that. Sorry, I just noticed they changed some things on the Discord. We got some critical hits!
See, this is where like I was really confused, because you did most of these already.
But I didn't talk about our last episodes, because last week's episode 56 of 20,000 Films, where we did our spoiler-free review of Death of a Unicorn, is now available on all podcast platforms as well as YouTube. Make sure you go to that YouTube. Get in there and watch that. I really enjoyed that movie. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty fun movie.
I'll watch it when it comes to streaming.
Yeah, no. Did you see that that lava lamp they came out with? A24? The unicorn horn lava lamp?
I did not.
Esco posted it in our on our Discord. If you want to look at it. It does not look like a lava lamp.
No, it does not.
It looks like something else, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, go check that out. See what we had to say about the movie. It was a fun movie. Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd, and Jenna Ortega is Jenna Ortega, and you know what? Those are two good things. So I enjoyed it. Also, we have the latest episode of the Shipwreck Show. That's going to be episode 162. That is also available for all of you guys to watch and or listen. That's where we talk about the future of GK. And we talk about the current GK Fest. And we talk about how you can go on patreon.com and subscribe to us on there at different tiers.
Yep.
You can be a guppy or you can be a Leviathan. And there's some in-between things. You can be a merfolk. What was the other one? I forgot what the other one was.
There was I don't remember. There was 5 different ones.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I didn't make it. But it's there. Go check it out.
Yeah. Point being, if you guys want all that information on what 2025 and going forward looks like for us, as a podcast, that is absolutely the episode to go check out.
110%. Please do. And guys, episode 9 of Songs of the Abyss is going to be live for the first time tomorrow. That's going to be April 2nd. If you're listening to this right now, it's probably April 2nd. And go, please come join us. This is probably going to be one of your only chances to catch a live version of the D&D show. We have been uploading to YouTube. We've been having a lot of fun. We've been role playing this content. Like, everybody has been doing a spectacular job role playing their characters. Like this, I'm telling you right now, this isn't just watching people play D&D. This is watching a story unfold. Okay, on the fly.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. A lot of
Yeah.
fun with it.
On the fly too. Like, straight up, this anything I say, anything Garrick says is not pre-planned. We have to
No.
pop off.
Coming with that
We have
shit
to
on
pop
the
off.
spot.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And if I remember right, I think we have a battle that we're going to be starting in tomorrow.
We were in the middle of one, but I don't really know how it. I can't quite remember how it ended.
It ended with me convincing the Griffins not to fight us with animal speak, or speak animal.
Yeah.
That's what
I
happened.
remember that bit, but like I don't really know what's gonna happen. I have no idea what's
I
gonna
just
happen
remember Ernell just with squibbles, the fucking land pirate, just going fuck, and that's it, and that's how it ended.
Fair enough.
So yeah, come check it out. Jump into it. See if you're
It's
into
going
it,
to be fun.
and then watch the story unfold moving forward. And like I said earlier, I'm going to remind you again, we're back on Patreon, baby. That's right. It's GK Fest. Give me your monies so we can do this and make this bigger and invest more into it. Because you subscribing to GK and helping us out means Garrick gets a beefier computer, which means we get more video games to play, not only for ourselves, but to play with you guys and to review for you guys. We get to see more movies. We get to have more streaming services. You know, granted, these are things that we have been providing for ourselves, but you know, the more that we get support from you guys, the more we can do. And it honestly, straight up. And shout out to all of you lovely subscribers out there. Because of you, we've been doing this for 4 years. So, Garrick.
4 whole fucking years, man. It doesn't feel like that, but at the same time, it does.
It's like 3.5 for you.
I mean, but still.
Yeah. Garrick, can you tell the people what we got coming up next?
Yeah, man. We're lining our site up to head to the line of sight.
You know what? I'm excited.
It's our upcoming what video games are releasing this week little bitty segment. So yeah, brought to you by Game Informer, because they're back, baby.
Dude, I am so happy Game Informer is back. I'm gonna sub to that magazine right away. I'm gonna sub right away. I do not want them to go away. We need them. Also, like, you know what I'm excited about doing pre-recorded content is, like, we can record it. Like, it can be Sunday, right? And you and I can just be like, hey, do you want to just get it out of the way now? You know what I mean?
You don't want to. I got something to do on Tuesday. You want to do it Sunday?
No, seriously. Like, we can just do that now.
Do it in advance, and you
also,
listeners at home would never.
I've been talking with Ernell about making some splash screens so I can just insert those in post. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, because it would be fun to have some cool little graphics and sounds for all you guys who are watching and listening at home. You know, guys, we're gonna talk about what's coming out the week of April 1st to April 7th, and it looks like we're starting off with Koira. It's going to be on PS5 and PC. The developer is Studio Tolima. Publisher Don't Nod. And it released today, April 1st. Koira. It looks like a little platformer game. Yeah, it's kind of cutesy.
Dude, next week.
What's next week?
It's not on this week's schedule, but it's the beginning of next week's schedule, south of midnight.
Oh fuck.
I'm excited.
Dude, so this is kind of a blast from the past. Croc Legend of Gobos is coming out on PS5, Xbox Series XS, PS4, Xbox One, Switch,
Oh wow.
PlayStation, and PC. This is from Argonaut Software.
Collectathon, yeah. It was a
Yeah.
collectathon platform, I remember.
Yeah, I remember that game on the
It was like
PS2.
Banjo
I mean,
Kazooie
PlayStation.
before the Banjo Kazooie.
That was on PlayStation, right? That was on PlayStation, I think. Croc.
Shit, man. I don't know.
That is an old game. It's an old game. I remember that game though. That's a port. Then we got The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Everybody knows this. If you haven't played this yet, I'm gonna tell you, you guys should play it. All right. This game stole my heart. I played it last year. Not this last October, but the October before that, and I played that game start to finish. This remastered is coming on PS5 and PC, developed by Naughty Dog, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. And yeah, so day and date, April 3rd, PC and PS5. Definitely check it out.
Yes, it was originally released for PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and Windows.
Oh, you're talking about the Croc Legend of
For
Gobos?
Croc, yeah.
Yeah, no. And those are really the only releases that we have this week. But I'll tell you what, the rest of this month,
Light start to the month, but that's only because everything else is stacked.
we got bangers this month, man. There are bangers coming out in April. Like this.
Wait, this game comes out later in the month, dude. This
What-
game's
what
gonna be
game?
so fucking sick. Okay, it's called Sunderfolk, and it's an
What day?
online like multiplayer. It comes out like the end of April, but it's like an online multiplayer game that I'm really looking forward to. I didn't realize it had a release date. That's why I'm excited. It's an online cooperative like real-time strategy game where you take turns like controlling your character from a companion app on your phone.
Interesting.
I want to see how it's executed.
Yeah. Did you see the video, the teaser trailer I sent you on Discord yesterday?
Did you do like a DM?
Yeah. And I also posted it in like GK Media.
Oh yeah, for Dragon Wilds.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This looks right up our alley. They posted another teaser with gameplay. And the Steam page is officially up for it too. So
Nice.
yeah. Once you get your PC here this month, I think is the plan. I think this would be good for us, especially with how much we all liked oh my gosh, what was the Viking game we played?
Oh, Valheim.
Valheim, yeah. I think this is
Yeah,
going
we
to
played the
be
fuck out of that game.
a high fantasy Valheim, and it's all in Unreal Engine 5, by the way. Like it's completely
I did
separate
catch that.
from the MMO.
It's like its own deal.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that. It looks sweet. It looks really sweet. You know what? It's time to get meta
What?
because this very minute, it's the meta minute. That's right. This is going to be our new segment. We're going to cover worthy gaming news, and we're going to go over it for you. Garrick, if you could please go over the first story we have for these peoples.
Absolutely. Final Fantasy IX remake rumors intensify amid anniversary hype. This is coming from Ethan Gosh at Kotaku, and my name is Garrick. This year marks the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX, and Square Enix has announced some celebration plans for the PS1 era RPG. The publisher said it's preparing various projects, including new figures of the main heroes that slightly alter their appearance. It's enough to have long-time fans once again believing in the perennially rumored Final Fantasy IX remake is real. Zidane and Garnet from Final Fantasy IX are now available in Formism. The company announced today, alongside a new soundtrack vinyl and other merch, and other merch. to commemorate the 25th anniversary, they have been recreated in three-dimensional form with a reinterpretation of the texture of their costumes. Three-dimensional form reinterpretation of the texture of their costumes. Is this how both characters might look in an upcoming remake? That's one theory among fans, thanks to ongoing speculation about the possible existence of such a remake that dates back to its appearance in the infamous 2021 Nvidia leak. That one that kept proving to be legit again and again.
That's true.
It's true. It's true.
It's very
I'm
true.
pretty sure like everything leaked in that ended up being real so far.
I'm actually gonna look that up,
or like a good chunk of it. Rumors that the game would soon be arriving on modern platforms in some new shape or form were reaffirmed when Final Fantasy IX appeared in an Epic Games Store back-end leak just last June. I remember that. And Giant Bomb's Jeff Grubb has reportedly said the game is real, but will be closer to a Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core remake than a full-blown overhaul. Final Fantasy IX has a special place in many fans' hearts for several reasons. It's an incredible game for one. It was also the last entry on PlayStation 1, and also the last before the series moved to a full 3D look and voice acting on the PlayStation 2. Most importantly, it was the last produced by creator Hironobu Sakaguchi before he left Square, and harkens back to the franchise's more traditional medieval roots. Also, it features an adorable black mage named Vivi. In the past, Final Fantasy... God damn, I struggle with Roman numerals.
Okay, all right.
15? Final Fantasy 15?
14.
Nope, Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 producer Naoki Yoshida has been coy about the rumors. Of course, I do know there are requests for Final Fantasy IX to be made, but when you think about Final Fantasy IX, it's a game with huge volume. He said last fall, appearing to pour cold water on the rumors. When you think about all of that volume, I wonder if it's possible to remake that as a single title. It's a difficult one. It's a tough question. Man, they've already proven they're willing to do it in parts. They'll do it this one too. July 7th will be exactly 25 years since the game shipped, and Square Enix hints that fans should expect to hear more announcements leading up to it. Maybe a sneak peek of the game itself in an upcoming PlayStation or Summer Game Fest showcase will be one of them. I hope the game arrives alongside a revised strategy guide.
Yeah, I just looked up the leak from that, from the NVIDIA leak.
Oh yeah,
and I'm going down the list. Everything has been correct so far. The Final Fantasy IX remake is not checked off yet. There's a Tomb Raider 25th anniversary that's planned as well. BioShock, we know that's in development right now. XCOM 3, we don't know anything about that yet. Endless Legend 2, don't know what that is. Judgment, confirmed. Shin Megami Tensei 5, did that happen?
I don't know if that's been confirmed yet or not.
Yeah. There's a Total War 9, that came out. There's a Mirror's Edge RTX remastered on there, a Untitled Respawn game, which we do know Respawn is working on something that we don't know about right now.
Yep. We do know they're working on a project.
Batman Arkham Knight. We got that VR one.
Yep.
Injustice 3. That's probably not happening anymore.
Yeah, that'd be the only one I can see out now being canceled.
Yeah, which sucks because those games are actually really good. Injustice 2 is one of my favorite fighting games. Yo, what up, Gon? What up? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Absolutely. Good to see you. Let's see, what else? We got the new Mortal Kombat. We got Dragon's Dogma 2. We got our new Monster Hunter. We got Resident Evil 4 Remake, and we got Street Fighter 6. Those all happened. We have a new Gears coming out. We got Halo. We got a new Halo. Tekken 8 happened. We got a new Metal Gear Solid coming out. We got Space Marine 2. Yeah, dude, these Nvidia leaks are correct. They are correct.
So basically, this article, like mentioning the fact that just bringing that up kind of validates most of the rumors to at least to some extent, right? A good portion of this has been confirmed or already released. Excuse me.
You know what? I think I have an idea, but I'll talk about it a little bit later. Because
are you like? I'm assuming did you play Final? I mean, obviously, I don't know shit about this. I've not really played many Final Fantasy games. Where does nine fall onto your list of faves?
9 is a very good one, but it's not that high up there for me personally. I didn't connect with it the way that I've connected with other ones.
Okay.
For me, it goes Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 8, 16, then Final Fantasy 7, then
what was
9?
the one that everybody like was just like fuck this game?
Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think it was 12 or 13. I obviously like.
Actually,
I remember it being one of those two. Mayhaps.
Yeah, I would actually put 12 over 9 personally. I would put 12 over 9. I love 12. 12 is literally Star Wars Final Fantasy, and I love that. I love that. It's literally they have so many airships. There's so much going on in that game. They remastered 12 and they put it on all platforms, and I actually have it on the Switch. You can get it on Xbox and PlayStation and PC and all that stuff too now. That game's amazing. Gone. It's 4 years deep, and I'm actually glad you're here because today is the last time we're going to be live streaming this.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're making some changes.
Yeah, we're going to be still doing all of our content. It's going to be all on YouTube and podcast services and stuff moving forward. And we'll still do some pre-recorded stuff. We'll still do some live stream things here and there, but it'll be more of us doing splash damage or reacting to
Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
Game Awards. We'll still do those every single year, no matter what.
Yeah, because those events are just fun. They're just fun. But yeah, join the Discord, dude. We'll play some games here soon. Please do. I'm gonna move on to our next story here. Since we're gonna be talking about the Switch 2 today, I figured that we should talk about the direct that they just Beyonce dropped on us last week.
Yeah, I wasn't honestly, I was a little confused at first because I was just like, was this about the Switch 2? And I was like, oh, okay. It's not. This is all just regular Switch shit.
Yeah, no, they gave us a final Switch direct last week. And you know what? It wasn't bad. I'm going to be starting from the bottom here, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, so in the direct, it looks like we... Actually, I'm just going to do it in order. I'm going to do it in order on here. So I'm getting this rundown straight from IGN, and Eric Van Allen wrote this. So I'll just say what they said here.
There's so many games.
The Switch 2 looms on the horizon. In less than a week's time, we'll learn more information about the Nintendo's next console. That'll be tomorrow for us. But the Nintendo hosted a Switch 1 Focus Direct, and it felt like a flurry of last-minute announcements for the record-shattering handheld hybrid console ahead of its successor. So, the highlights from the stream of the Direct included new footage of Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon Legends Z-A, and sequels to the classic series like Tamagotchi Life and Rhythm Heaven. So we're going to go over those here real quick. A really exciting one for me. First game here. We have a Dragon Quest 1+2 HD 2D remake. Following after Dragon Quest III HD 2D. The prior two games are coming to Nintendo Switch as Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake sometime this year. It's got the same visual style as the Dragon Quest III update, which should make for a nice classic collection for all the Dragon Quest fans when it arrives sometime in the future. Pretty much Final Fantasy with Dragon Ball Z art. That's what Dragon Quest is.
Yeah, I remember I remember Dragon Quest. Its art style obviously stands out because it is like the same original artist as like the Dragon Ball franchise.
So,
It's happening right now.
next game we had was No Sleep for Konami Date from AI, the Somnium Files. There you go. That's a mouthful. A new entry in the AI, the Somnium Files series, No Sleep for Konami Date sees the protagonist of the first AI searching for a missing iris, solve puzzles, and investigate mysteries to find her on July 25th, 2025. Interesting. Very, as you guess it, you're going to get a lot of very anime like style games for this.
Oh yeah.
For this stuff. Then we got Raido Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army. It's the latest Atlas remaster, bringing Raido to the forefront. With a mixture of devil summoning and action RPG content with new graphics and gameplay updates, you'll investigate, gain new allies, and solve puzzles around the town. Raido returns in Raido Remastered, The Mystery of Soulless Army on June 19th, 2025. Next up, we have the infamous Secret Level episode being made into a game. That's going to be Shadow Labyrinth. It got its official release date. Remember that creepy Pac-Man short from Secret Level? Well, Bandai Namco's dark take on the Pac-themed Metroidvania is arriving with Shadow Labyrinth on July 18th, 2025, with an ominous puck helper guiding you through a harsh and dangerous world. You going to play this?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty good.
It looks really interesting.
No. And now we have a Sony crossover game. We have Patapon 1+2 Replay. The original Patapon 1 and 2 are both marching forward onto the Nintendo Switch. New gameplay features look to support players, including always showing commands. The beat gets going on July 11th, 2025. Yeah, that was originally a PSP thing. Patapon?
Yeah, I've played, I've heard of Patapon, but never played it.
Then we got Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar. The infamous farming life sim series returns with Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar. Taking inspiration from the original handheld release, players will set out to revitalize Zephyr Town and restore it to glory through the classic methods farming, ranching, and socializing. Set out for a quiet life on August 27th, 2025.
Yeah, that's a very Switch-ass game. Like, life simulator games are popular on that console. So much so.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a cross-platform game, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be on this console and the next console. But we got another trailer for Metroid Prime 4. We got some gameplay for Samus's new 3D adventures in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Starting the gameplay showcase on the planet Veros, Metroid Prime 4 sees Samus unlocking psychic abilities that she can use to open doors, operate mechanisms, and change the trajectory of her beams. Nintendo reaffirmed a 2025 launch window and teased a new suit for Samus, but no news on the release date for Metroid Prime 4. Now, what's interesting to me about this trailer being here is they're pretty much affirming that this is going to be on the base Switch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do not think that excludes it from being a Switch 2 title at all. I think there's going to be a couple of games that will be on the Switch 2 by default.
Because when the Switch came out, it launched with Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild was all
Wii U.
Exactly. So I think this is going to be one of those kinds of things. Next up, we have Disney Villains Cursed Cafe. Serve tea and wicked concoctions to famous Disney villains later today in this coffee shop sim. Ursula, Gaston, Cruella, and more are all here to ask for some drinks and serve up villainous dialogue in response.
Interesting.
Interesting.
This will sell. This will sell. The thing is that this will sell. It's one of those games, man, where
Yeah.
people will buy it either off of the Disney, like Disney IPs, or off of the concept of the game.
There's Nintendo's a weird place because there's definitely
Sure
specific
is.
types of Nintendo players where I'm like the JRPG guy and the party game guy. That's it. That's all I play on Nintendo. JRPGs and party games.
Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon and indie games for me.
This actually looks pretty good. We have Witchbrook, a long-awaited spell crafting and witchery life sim from Chucklefish. Showed off some new gameplay today, spotlighting its chill vibes and co-op gameplay in this cozy witch academy. Witchbrook will be open for enrollment sometime this holiday season.
I actually don't. I'm checking out the trailer for that now, but I'm not overly familiar with this
I
one.
think
It looks kinda
Chucklefish did
interesting.
Stardew Valley. I think they did Stardew Valley, right?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with them as a developer, I will say.
Yeah. Then we have the Eternal Life of Goldman. Explore dangerous archipelago
Archipelago.
and uncover its secrets in the eternal life of Goldman, a new action adventure titled this holiday season. That actually looks fun. That actually looks really fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Like an action platformer?
Yep. I like
Okay.
me some action platformers.
Yeah, you do. They're hit and miss for me, but I like them on paper.
I think that's just because I grew up. The very first game I remember ever playing was Sonic 2 on the Genesis.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
fair.
so like those kind of
Sets
games
the
just kind
tone.
of stuck with me, And when I was in middle school, I played a lot of Maple Story. Then we had Gradius Origins. Celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Gradius games with this collection of classic arcade shumps, including a brand new Salamander 3. Gradius Origins arrives on August 7th, 2025. Then we have Rift of the Necrodancer. The Crypt of the Necrodancer crew takes on rhythmic battles and fun minigames. The Celeste DLC also adds some music and characters from the famous platformer, and more DLC is on the way. Then we had Tamagotchi Plaza, a new entry in the Tamagotchi Connection series will let you and your pals engage in different activities around different shops through cute mini games. Meet more Tamagotchi and grow your own town on June 27th, 2025.
I'm gonna get this game. I love Tamagotchi.
Pokemon Legends Z to A is still set for sometime later in 2025. Nintendo showed some more gameplay of Pokemon Legends Z to A and its wild areas set around Lumiose City. New Pokemon won't just appear in grassy areas, but around rooftops and on other parts of the city too. Plus, we get a tease of the Z to A Royale, a tournament held around Lumiose City where trainers will battle for a wish granted.
It looks actually so much better gameplay wise than Arceus did, and I really liked that game for what it did for the franchise. And this is an insta buy for me. Like I am more excited for Pokemon Legends stuff now than I am for like the mainline games. I really am.
I think this is also going to be a cross generation game.
I 100% agree. Like, dude, I can see that they took a lot of the feedback from players about like their gripes about like the most recent mainline game and Legends Arceus, and this is dude, it's gonna be so much fun. I will play it. Like it is these kinds of Pokemon games that keeps me playing Pokemon games.
Okay.
Dude,
Next
it's gonna
up,
have real time combat. You have to like actively command your Pokemon to dodge, and
Oh.
like and command it to attack in real time while your opponent is also in real time attacking you. It is an actual Pokemon battle.
My big thing with it is how is it going to perform overall? You know what I mean?
This looked so much better, smoother gameplay
It
wise.
does, but the last one looked good in the trailers and then did not perform.
No, Pokemon Legends Arceus looked like the water
No,
looked real bad. Remember?
I'm talking about Scarlet.
Yeah, that game was a fucking mess.
Yeah, I didn't even get halfway through that game, you know, because of how it performed. Honestly, actually, I'm going to talk about that later. We're going to continue on. Rhythm Heaven Groove is next up. It's the new entry in the classic Nintendo Rhythm series, on its way with Rhythm Heaven Groove. Quirky challenges and fun rhythmic activities with its excellent art all look set to keep the party going. The beat kicks up with Rhythm Heaven Groove sometime in 2026. That's kind of a very long announcement time, honestly. This was really interesting. I don't know if you saw this, but virtual game cards on Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo is introducing a new system for playing games, mimicking physical game cards with something called virtual game cards. These will let you shift games between two Switch systems by virtually ejecting and loading games onto each console, and allow limited lending between members in your Nintendo account family group. This feature is planned to arrive in late April. But
Interesting.
I don't like that it only works with family groups, and I don't like that you have to be physically present with somebody. You know what I'm saying? For it to
Yeah,
work.
that seems like it's highly limiting.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's just like this is cool on paper, but then when you like go to like do it in practice, you're like, oh, this is. It's. I feel like it's gonna be so novel that it like gets not used. But then again, like that's Nintendo does that sometimes, bro. Like they will try shit and like just try to get something to stick. You remember that whole fucking like brand of products that they had for the Switch where it was literally just like, hey, make shit out of cardboard.
A Labo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like Nintendo just does weird shit just to try it, I swear.
You know what we should look into? We should look into what this family thing is. And Garrick, I think you and I are big Switch players. We are. Like,
We definitely use it more than anybody else in
yeah,
GK, that's for sure.
we should probably just make our own family account because I think that makes the Nintendo online a lot cheaper for the both of us too.
Dude, I shit you not. I still have mine just set up on like the 3 month auto pay, and I constantly forget about it.
Same. So we should just do that. Like, don't you agree? We should just be like, hey,
I mean, we can absolutely look into it, especially
yeah,
if it's
yeah,
cheaper.
yeah, yeah. And then there was a sizzle reel, where they showed High on Life coming out May 6th, Star Overdrive coming out April 10th, The Wandering Village coming out July 17th,
Wandering Village looks cool.
The King of Meat sometimes in 2025, Lose Lagoon Summer 2025, and Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals
Yeah,
Time.
I
That
want to
actually looks,
fucking play Fantasy Life I. Did you ever play like the actual Fantasy Life game?
no.
Dude, it was legit. It's legit like Stardew Valley, but you're just like like you're an adventurer. But like you are like an adventurer to like provide goods. Like you literally would go out and like hunt meat and then sell that meat to like the butcher for like to like make food, and like you would sell the scales to make armor, obviously keeping some for yourself to like, you know, be able to progress in your adventures. But that
Mhm.
was like kind of the ultimate, like it was a super fun little game.
Yeah. This next one I'm actually really excited about. We got Saga Frontier 2 Remastered. Another Saga series classic is getting an updated look with Saga Frontier 2 Remastered, featuring the original story and brand new events that expand the story. This picturesque take on a classic arrives later today on Nintendo. So this is out already. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this right straight up. Monument Valley 1, 2, and 3. Several classic puzzle games from mobile devices, Monument Valley 1 and 2, are set to get you scratching your head on April 15th, 2025. Also, Monument Valley 3 will bring even more gorgeous vistas and puzzles to the Switch this summer. And then we have Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. A new entry in Everybody's Golf series will tee up for the green on Nintendo Switch. Tournaments, challenges, rivals, and more await, as well as some of the sillier modes like
we golf,
wacky golf. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots arrive sometimes this year. You want to know what's interesting about this? So, in Japan, do you remember Hot Shots Golf on the PS1? Hot Shots?
No, maybe I don't.
So it used to be called Hot Shots Golf on the PS1. The Japanese version was called Everybody's Golf. This is coming from the same publisher, but now it's just called Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. So they just combined.
Both
of the names into one name now. And there was like multiple iterations of those games, like multiple. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like there was multiple.
Dude, I'll probably end up. I can see myself playing something like this. I've kind of taken a liking to like slow sports games, or like not like non-traditional, or like less explored sports games. Like I like golf games. I also fuck really hard with tennis games, like a lot.
Yeah. Dude, we just need to play some more Switch sports. That's what we need to do.
Switch Sports is rad, dude. Or I have a really big soft spot for Mario Tennis Aces. Like that fucking game
I don't
is
have
so
that
much
game.
fun.
I don't have that
That game's so much fucking fun.
Well, that's how I am with like racing games and like Mario Kart though. I love racing games and Mario Kart. But you know, I love the next game because we got Marvel Cosmic Invasion,
Yes.
Marvel's finest beat 'em up in this throwback arcade style brawler. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, made by the same team behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. You can run it solo or team up with up to 4 players, local or co-op play. Fight for the fate of the Marvel Universe this holiday season. Dude, I am going to play this game. This game looks sick.
It looks like just a fun, like classic beat 'em up game. I actually really, really, really enjoy like the graphics.
Mm-hmm.
The really high quality pixel graphics. Like what is that like, dude? Fucking 60. Is it even pixel graphics? It's like high def pixel, man.
It kind of reminds me of the same art style and graphics from Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah, definitely very similar, dude. The fact that you can play as Venom and Storm, and even having Martyr as a playable character is so sick.
Well, they're even doing something similar to like what you did in Marvel vs. Capcom. You can actually, so you pick your character that you play as, and then you pick another character to be like your tag team character.
Yeah, I did see that you have like a support character to do like combos with.
Exactly, which I think is really cool because a lot of Marvel properties are kind of doing stuff like that now. Marvel Rivals is doing similar things where like your characters combo and tag team with other characters based on who they are. You know, like you got Storm and Human Torch. They make a fiery tornado for their ult together. It's pretty cool.
Pretty sick.
Gone. Yeah, that it is dope. I'm totally on it. You were playing some Shredder's Revenge. That's sick. I still haven't played Shredder's Revenge yet, unfortunately, but I know it's a good
on
game.
Game Pass, or was. I don't know if it still is, but it was.
Yeah. Then Garrick, we had Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. Tamagotchi Life returns with Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream. The first new entry in over 10 years sees various Tamagotchi living life out at sea, getting married, dancing, fighting, smelling the flowers, and genuinely hanging out. Plus a weird dream sequence. Look forward to learning more about that in Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream in 2026. Again, kind of weird on these announcements for how late they're coming out, I think. Personally, you're muted.
People have wanted like a new Tomodachi life for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got the announcement of Nintendo today. Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto took to the stage at the end to announce Nintendo Today, a new app that will deliver news, comics, and more for Nintendo fans. Miyamoto confirmed that after the Switch 2 Direct next week, more information about the Switch 2 will be published on the Today app, which goes live today. So this went live already. Did you download this?
No, I had not gotten around to that yet. I'm really bad at downloading shit on my phone or like using stuff on my phone.
I,
But I
I
will
got it right
probably
here.
end up checking it out, especially if I can like link my account into it and stuff.
You can. You can. Um, so it's actually pretty cool. So they just announced that they are doing a Zelda trilogy on it, like live action trilogy. And the
Oh
first,
no shit.
yep, the first movie is set to release in July of 2026.
That's
So,
wild.
I was actually reading some stuff about that. Let me look that up.
Well, cool. I guess I'll have to get that app. I do like to keep tabs on that sort of thing.
And there's comics and like other things, and like they have little fun games. Action movie. I'm just bringing up. So yeah, it's slated for release worldwide 2027, not 2026.
Okay,
2027.
that is a little bit more expected actually.
Yeah. And if I remember right, what was the Oh, they got it on IMDb already. Let's see here. Where is the Do they have any cast stuff?
Shit, I doubt it.
Okay, it's being directed by Wes Ball. And he did Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and he did the Maze Runner trilogy.
Interesting.
And
Very interesting.
it's being written by Derek Connolly, who did all the new Jurassic World movies, which isn't that but he also wrote on Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. He wrote on Detective Pikachu. He wrote Kong Skull Island. So like he's done some fun stuff.
There were two nuggets of goodness and a whole lot of shit there.
Yeah, he's a mid writer. He's a mid writer. I don't
Hopefully
I
he's not the primary.
Yeah, the closest thing I got on here to he also wrote Lego Jurassic World the video game. He did that. He got a 7.8 on that. But on all his movies that wrote and did screenplays for, the highest he gets close to a 7 is a 6.9.
Yeah, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Everybody will fucking hate you if
Yeah.
you ruin live action Legend of Zelda. I'm just saying.
I think it's interesting that they're going to be doing a Esco, you subbed with Prime. Oh my gosh, you with the gifts and now the sub, 40 months.
Thank you, Esco. Thank you. Thank you.
Um yeah, Skong.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I liked Kong Skull Island quite a bit. I do enjoy that movie.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, honestly. And it's what brought Kong back into the mix, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. But I think it's interesting that they're I know this isn't the movie podcast, but we're talking about Zelda here. Okay, we're talking about Zelda. We're just going to touch on this real quick. They're saying they're going to do a trilogy. Do you think, to not fuck this up, Garrick, do you think they just adapt a game or multiple games?
Dude, it's gonna have to be done so fucking carefully because really, there's only a few things that could be adapted safely and make sense. Like you could honestly, if I'm being real, and if they're doing a trilogy, the only thing that makes sense in my mind is Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's the only thing with like any real continuity. Like, I mean, yeah, you could go to like
I mean, there's Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess that are all related to each other.
yeah, but like the connections there are so much looser that like I think that would be a harder film
Yeah.
trilogy to build. As much as I would love to see those adapted, I think
How
I
about
think they're going to. Dude, there's so much room to
I
fuck
have
it up.
if they do the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, we need a third part. Do you think the first one would just be Skyward Sword?
I do think that Skyward Sword is story is on the table. I know there's hate for that game, but I'm like it in my
It,
personal opinion, my only complaint with it was the motion controls. I liked everything else about Skyward Sword. I mean, fucking everything. I
well,
actually like that's in my top 5. I adore Skyward Sword.
it got new life and was well more received when they came out with that remaster on Switch.
Yeah, the HD, which I still have not gotten my hands on.
Neither have
And I
I. I
very
actually
much need to play it, but
you ready? You ready for
you have it. You
no?
own it.
I've
No.
never played Skyward Sword. That's one of the only Zeldas
Oh
I've never
man,
played.
dude.
Yeah. Because I
It
didn't have a
was
Wii U. I didn't have a Wii U.
Skyward Sword is a okay. Skyward Sword is like the origin story of all origin stories for Zelda. It makes it like connects all of the other games to this game to build like a greater Legend of Zelda lore, and
Hmm.
also like addresses like how Ganon keeps Ganoning along all these years.
I'm gonna have to pick it up. I'm gonna have to pick it up. And maybe
I really, really can't recommend it enough. Like honestly, because graphically, it was like a mix between, um,
Wind Waker
like
and
oddly, and Wind
Ocarina.
Waker and yeah, like I would say like Wind Waker and like Ocarina of Time
Okay. You know,
with like a sprinkle of Twilight Princess in there.
I would play that game. I would play it. I'm going to. You know what? I'll play it when I get my Switch too. Because it's gonna be backwards compatible.
I fucking let's hope so. And
No,
let's talk
they said
about
it is.
why. Oh, is
And we'll
it?
talk.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've already said
Okay,
that
sick.
it was.
I didn't realize.
But before we move on, I think they just do Ocarina of Time. That's it. I think that's all they do for a 3-part because I think you could do one part in
Yes,
each
they could stretch
for
that.
for each piece of the Triforce. Because Ganon already has the Triforce of Power, right? Like that's the one he has, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first one will be wisdom. The second one will be courage, and the last movie would be power, which would be
Power.
dealing with Ganon. I think that's what it would be.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah. And I think
If
the
they
whole
just titled it like the Book of Wisdom, the Book of Power, and the Book of Courage,
yeah
and just
stuff
had it
like
be
that.
like each story be like a book.
Yeah. And I think that the first movie will mostly be young Link.
Young Link.
Yep.
Hmm.
Mostly. And maybe like the last act will be adult Link.
We get like him transitioning with the Temple of Time. There's a lot. I think there's a lot they could do there.
Yeah. That's what I think it would be. Personally, I feel like that would be the best way to do a trilogy. That's one of the most beloved Zelda stories out there. I think that's the best way they could do it.
Only time will tell.
No pun intended. You know what? I think it's time to end this thing because it's time to talk about more games, and we're just going to do it. We're going to head into the end game.
Right on into it.
Right on into it. Guys,
Right on into it.
this is our headlining subject. We're going to cover what is of the most up priority of all topics. Guys, we are talking about what we want from the Switch 2. We're going to talk about our predictions for the showcase and what we want out of the console. Garrick, if you could please start us off, what do you want from the Switch 2?
A fucking lot. I have actually kind of high expectations for this console. We've seen some tease stuff, right? We know we're getting new magnetic controllers. We know we're getting a bigger screen. We know the the shape is kind of staying roughly the same as the Switch we have now. We know, and it's going to be getting some like ergonomic. Oh, this makes sense. Why didn't y'all do this to begin with? Like the bigger kickstand in the back. Uh, and some other features that just kind of made sense that they're finally adapting into this new console. But there's a lot we haven't seen yet, or that has been kind of like vaguely alluded to, but we don't have a ton of details. Um, and I think a lot of it is going to come down to me. Like first and foremost, is I need a performance improvement here. I don't necessarily need a massical graphic upgrade on the Switch 2. With it being a hybrid console, I understand we lose resolution, frames, fidelity when we go to that handheld mode. But we are now in like also in the era of like the Asus ROGs, like the Allies, and the Steam Deck and other competitors. Xbox is getting ready to make their own handheld, right? Like we're coming back around full circle to where handhelds are going to become popular again, and the Switch 2 needs to be able to compete. And I don't think it necessarily needs to be the most graphically impressive, but I do think we're talking a steady 60 FPS in handheld and docked versions with a resolution increase in most of those games for this new console. I feel like that's going to be very important. Like a frame increase is and frame stability on the Switch 2 is going to be like a number one priority from me. If I'm seeing dips in frames, they are going to be getting a dip in my fucking wallet because that I'm not going to be giving them my money if I don't see like an increase of power and resolution and fidelity across the board from this console. With that being aside, with me just needing there to be a spec, obviously like a significant upgrade, with it mostly resulting in a yield of consistent increase in frames. Honestly, I think I'd be willing to settle with 40 frames on handheld, like and 60 docked, just because of the way we use DLSS and other upscaling features. I think could settle for that. 40 frames seems good. But that's definitely like those are some benchmarks that I'm gonna need. As far as what we're gonna get from the showcase, I need to see, like, I would love to see like a comparison to like also getting some gameplay from like Z to A and like Metroid Prime 4, but what it would look like in comparison on the Switch 2. Like if there are any graphical changes, I would love to see that side by side. Since we've already just got recent fresh gameplay for both of those games, and what it could potentially look like if it does get released on the newer console. I also need new IPs. Or like a revitalization of some IPs. Like I need this to be more than just a showcase of the Switch 2 itself. I need this to be a showcase for the future of Nintendo's games. Like we know it's been fucking years since we've got a new Mario Kart game. Mario Kart 8 has just been the de facto Mario Kart for the Switch. They came out with one Mario Kart game on the Switch. It's just been the Mario Kart game on the Switch. and like that's what just so people have had to play. Obviously, like staple franchises like Mario making a comeback. I would love to see like obviously stuff from Metroid. I would love to see even like maybe a new Smash game in the works. Like there's just I have high expectations for like the new life cycle of the console in general because we finally get new releases from these franchises that have been stagnating because of just the long life cycle of Nintendo's consoles. And previously we kind of got refreshers because they would have a handheld and a console version, right? Like we had Smash on the 3DS and we had Smash on the Wii U. But once we got Smash on the Switch, that just was Smash. That just is Smash, right? That's the only. That's that's the way to play Smash in the current. And so finally getting to revitalize some of these more stagnated franchises with an update, to like with whether that be new releases or like HD remakes or like remasters and like updates for the newer console with like getting like a backwards compatibility increase, like, oh, you can play Breath of the Wild but it'll be 60 FPS on the Switch 2, or you can play Tears of the Kingdom but it'll be 60 FPS on the Switch 2. These are the sorts of things that I'm anticipating and looking forward to. That, and I want the fucking whatever that little goddamn mouse thing was in that initial trailer, man. I just need to fucking know whatever the fuck that was. I just need to know what the fuck that was. Please,
Yeah.
that left me with so many more answers than questions in that initial teaser, and I need to know what that feature is going to be and how it's going to implement into the life cycle of that console, and if I'm just going to be able to browse the goddamn web with my Switch 2. Like, I need to know. Well, I need answers on that particular feature, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, to add on to what you're saying, I do want I want fidelity. Now, here's the thing. I think in the market because they're competing, they're not the only handheld anymore. They're not. We got
No,
the
they
Steam.
had that cornered for a while, but not anymore. Not
Nope.
with handheld PCs being a legitimate thing.
And Xbox has announced that they're coming out with a handheld too. So they're not going to
Yep.
be the only handheld. We know PlayStation had some success with a Portal. They were
Well,
criticized.
and they've been working to kind of improve it on the back end since it's released to make it a more viable, independent piece of hardware.
Yeah.
Mixed results on that, but they are still seeing that they made a fuck up there.
Yeah, which correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure PlayStation has said that they're also working on a handheld too.
I do want to say that there was like a soft confirmation that somebody asked, and they were just like, "Yeah, that's happening." But I don't remember who said it or when.
They no
I could be actually thinking of the Xbox console.
that you could be thinking, but that was 100% confirmed. Now we know that's happening for sure.
Yeah.
Gone. Nintendo owns Donkey Kong. They actually acquired that from Rare. Actually, Rare used to be a developer for Nintendo. That used to be one of their second party studios, essentially, and then they gained independence, and then Microsoft bought them. Is what happened. Donkey Kong has always been a Nintendo property. Now, I want 60 FPS handheld, but only 1080p. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, in 1080p. Honestly, I am not of the mindset that 1080p is like obsolete. I'm sorry, it's just not. 1080p
It's
still
not.
looks good.
1080p
Like, don't get me
handheld.
wrong. Like 1440 and up, like it looks. I can see the difference, but like not everybody has 4K TVs, and so like that, like just everything playing 4K is just not what I'm looking to.
But
Also, there was a report in November of last year of Sony saying that they are working on a new handheld PlayStation Portable that will also play PlayStation 5 games on the go.
cool. Well, there it is. I want that actually. I see that's Sony. That's how you get me to buy a product. You make a new handheld because I loved my PSP back in the day.
Yeah, the PSP was legit.
Now, what I do want to say, I want 1080p 60 FPS handheld because, in all honesty, these games aren't that demanding of games, right? We know Nvidia is going to be providing the chip for the CPU and the GPU
Oh yeah,
hardware in
that's right.
this. So I
So we
think
could see
they have
like
an
better
opportunity.
integration with Unreal games.
Yeah, I think they have an opportunity to implement a form of DLSS on this console, which can provide that advanced frame rate.
In that native upscaling.
Exactly, because as somebody who uses an Nvidia card on their PC, it does make a difference when you turn DLSS on. It makes a huge difference. I can upscale the shit out of my games. Like, I have a 3070. It's not a bad card at all in my PC, but I make that shit look like a 3080, no problem. The other thing is, I kind of reshared while you were talking. I kind of played that that Switch 2 reveal when it was getting leaked.
Oh yeah, and they were just like, "Fuck it, you guys already know." So here's our little
exactly. So this is coming straight from that video. Plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. There is a little star asterisk.
Oh, okay.
So, the star asterisk, Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date, which I'm sure will be after tomorrow, is what I think.
And I'm sure that like that asterisk is more than likely to include like third party or indie developed games. Like this, it will more than likely not encompass their first party IPs. Like your Pokemon and your Legend of Zelda games will likely be fully compatible.
The games that I think that will not be compatible, because there was some weird cloud released games like Control. You could play through the cloud on the Switch.
Cloud only games or like motion control games. Like those like or they like have like they are like exclusively motion control. Like obviously don't expect your what was that like that Wii Sports like adventure thing that you could get where
Ring
it was
Fit
like,
Adventure. Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
Like don't expect that to be fully compatible.
Yeah, I think those
2,
things
right?
that have like dedicated external like accessories that are made to fit like those specific Joy-Cons, because the new console is bigger. The Joy-Cons are bigger, which I want to touch on that. I actually love that because there is actually ergonomic support on the new Joy-Cons where the triggers curve like actual triggers now.
Yeah, they're not just sticks.
Exactly, which makes it it's more rounded, it's less flat. That is a huge upgrade for me personally, because I definitely feel that wear and tear when I play the Switch without a case on it, handheld, personally, because I like playing mine handheld.
Mine docked because mine is.
But I got a special case for mine, as you see.
To stabilize it.
Yep. So like that's how I play. Is I play handheld like that a lot. I still have my Gen 1 Switch right here. Yep. So I still play it to this day. I am actually actively playing the Final Fantasy X HD remaster on it right now. I'm about 48 hours in on that one.
It's still the best console to play in bed.
Dude, it is the best JRPG console. Down. It is the best JRPG console, hands down. That's what I view it as. But I did want to share that with you, the fact that we are still going to get. I love that they're integrating the backwards compatibility, because when the Wii came out, we could still play GameCube games. No. You remember that for the first generation of the Wii? It still had the GameCube memory card slots. It had the flap that you could open.
Your discs were compatible.
You can connect the controllers, the wired controllers, and everything. Yeah. And I'm glad to see them do that, because it's same with like the PS2 with the PlayStation. I love seeing backwards compatibility. And I'm glad that them and Microsoft are both doing that.
Games are cool, but like we want to play your legacy catalog. Like we want to play the shit that makes us keep buying your stuff.
Yeah.
Like give us like there's no reason like I shouldn't like it in 2025 in the year of our Lord, like I should fucking be able to play Majora's Mask 3DS wherever the fuck I want.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you own it digitally. Now, one of the big things for me, I hope that this is still compatible with the Switch 2.
The Switch Pro controller is still one of my favorite, if not my favorite controller.
We know they're going to come out with a new iteration of it. We know that that's going to happen. But
it needs to have all the same core features, though.
I want this to still work on the Switch 2, though.
Yes, 100%.
I want this too.
100%.
Because I love this controller. I've had this since release. Literally, I've had both of these since release. I got
Yep.
Mario Kart 8, I got and I got Breath of the Wild, and I got this controller. And that is how I started with my Switch. Right there is those games. So the other thing I want to talk about things I want from this console when it's docked. All right.
Okay.
I don't think they can come out with this console and not have HDR or 4K when it's docked this day and age. I don't think that they can do that.
Dude, I would be
Think about it.
fucking flabbergasted if we got 4K capability.
I don't think I will. I think it'll only be a docked feature. Only when it's docked, it'll be able to do it. And I think it'll have HDR as well. We have 8K
HDR I can see. HDR I can have it. I can see. But 4K, I don't know. I guess it depends on like how long they've been cooking on this, because like as much as I like the Switch, like just as a concept and from a console standpoint, like it's fucking its performance has always left something to be desired for me, which is why I've used it less and less, especially as its life cycle has gone on, because like it doesn't run all the games. It loads slow. It's like its UI is a little like boggy. Like I really need to see a huge upgrade like on the hardware for it to be like, I just needed to see performance wise.
Remember, DLSS. That could do it right there.
Yeah, but like I also need like a huge improvement on like input delay and load times.
I think they know that, because it's been 10 years, dude. It's been 10 years.
As much as I know resolution
this
is
a 10-year-old console.
Yeah, man.
This is a 10-year-old console.
I think 1440p is more likely to be the standard, but if you're right and 4K ends up being the norm, at least while docked, I'll be shocked.
Yeah. I think it will be.
I won't be displeased, just shocked.
I'll put a pizza bet on it.
A pizza bet on it?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. If I'm right, you order me Domino's. If you're right, I'll order you Domino's.
Fair enough.
All right. Pizza bet.
Pizza bet.
You heard it here first. It's going to be recorded. Now, other things I want to see from this is I definitely want to see a Pro controller released right away. And, do you think this is obviously coming out this year? There's no way that they would do this big build up without it coming out this year, especially with them doing the physical events, around the world, like in New York, Japan, LA, and Korea, and I think they're doing it in London as well. Now, when do you think this comes out?
Like when the console itself releases?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it right now. Mid to late June is my guess. I think it's that early.
I don't actually know. As much as I would like to say with like any like semblance of confidence at all, I think it will be summertime. I do think it'll be a summertime release.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick mid to late June. Those last 2 weeks of the month. I'm gonna put that in the bag. I think that's when it comes out. And I think that's why we also haven't gotten a release date for Metroid Prime 4. Is what I wanted to talk about earlier. Is because
it'll be contingent on the console release.
Exactly. I think it's going to come out.
Did they give a release date for Pokemon Z to A? I don't think they did.
No. I would not be surprised if both these games come out the first week of the Switch 2 coming out. Because it needs to launch with some games, right? Mm-hmm. It needs to.
So yeah, it's got to have some strong releases. That's for sure.
Also, I think it's going to launch with a new Mario Kart. Because in that reveal trailer that they showed us, they showed Mario Kart.
I think Mario's like always a pretty safe bet. Because like the Switch released with Mario Odyssey, right?
No, that came out later. Mario Odyssey came out a couple months later.
Oh, okay.
It released with
title?
released with Breath of the Wild. That was the big release title.
Oh yeah,
and Mario Kart 8 actually deluxe. That's what it released with.
I've never played Mario Kart 8. I don't even own it.
It's actually one of my favorite games. I love that game. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I do think we are getting a new 3D platformer Mario game, but I think that's going to be their holiday release game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anything like any like flagship IPs are going to be released around the holiday. They'll have some strong releases to accompany the launch of the console, and then they will obviously like prepare stuff to subsequently like profit to the maximum potential this holiday.
Also, since we're getting the Zelda movies, I have a prediction.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a Zelda remake.
Like an OG?
Yeah.
I think the fucking side-scrolling one.
No. I think a 3D remake of like Ocarina of Time or like Twilight Princess. I think we're going to see one of those because we got an HD.
That would be interesting. Twilight Princess would be an incredible remake.
I would love it. Either or I would be very happy with, but I think it's possible that one of those comes forward with a remake.
Yeah, I think the potential for those is there, but I think it would depend. Honestly, I feel like that shit depends highly on anniversaries for Nintendo.
Yeah, but with the hype of the movies, right? I think it would be smart. I think it would be smart. At the very least, with the down with Zelda, no more Zelda. Shut up, Ernell. Use your own Twitch page. Use your own Twitch page, you coward.
Yeah, Zelda rules. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
Yeah. Just because you're bad at them doesn't mean that it needs to go away. When do you think
I bet you he couldn't beat the Water Temple.
No, he couldn't. I wonder if he's actually ever beaten a Zelda game. He probably never has.
Dude, I bet you he hasn't. I bet you he's never ever fucking fought Ganon ever.
Yeah. You know, the only one I haven't beaten is Tears of the Kingdom, but I have 140 hours in that game still.
Well, I mean, Skyward Sword, because you haven't even played it, nerd.
Well, I'm talking about what I have played. I've even beaten Oracle of Seasons.
Great game.
No, he comes back. Here, you know, I have a solution to this. Oh, damn it, I can't time him out because he's also a mod. God damn it. But yeah, no, I think it's possible now. Now, I want to talk about 3D Mario game. Like I said, I think we get a reveal of it, but I don't think it comes out till like fall, like holiday season. You're
just gonna remake Super Mario 64.
No, I think it's gonna be a new game, and I think because of the success of the movie, I think it's gonna be a Mario and Donkey Kong team up game.
That'd be interesting.
Because
wouldn't hate it.
We haven't gotten a good new Donkey Kong game in a long time. And I think this would be a way for them to do that and test the waters for like 3D Donkey Kong.
Wasn't that Frozen? Wasn't that
That's a side scroller game.
Oh yeah, that was just like one of the more traditional. But that was well received though.
It was well received, but I think it's very possible that it could be something like that too. Because I heard Kind of Funny kind of talking about it, and it made more sense to me So then I thought about it more. They didn't make the movie connection or anything, but that, or just give me a Donkey Kong 64 remake, dude. Just straight up give me a Donkey Kong 64 remake with a Donkey Kong
I
rap.
think, yeah, Donkey Kong and Mario are obviously super duper on the table for Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a very interesting showcase. Like, obviously, like we know it's going to be about an hour long. So they are. It's going to include more than just like a hardware like strip down. Uh,
So
I'm not. I don't know entirely what to expect, but I know that I will be waking up to watch the showcase.
I was going to ask if you're going to watch it in the morning because it's supposed to air at 6 a.m. Pacific time. So that'd be 7 a.m.
Yep.
for you. So
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely gonna get up early. I'm gonna make myself breakfast. I'm gonna get ready for work. I'm gonna sit down right here and I'm gonna watch it. Is kind of my plan. And then because I don't have to be at work till like 7:45, so that I feel like that'll be enough time for me. You know.
Yeah.
Now I know you were talking about how you want to see some new IP. Is there any old IP that you haven't seen in Nintendo for a while that you think has a chance of being revived here?
Oh
I have one.
man, it would be pretty fucking cool to see a goddamn new Ty the Tasmanian Tiger game, dude. That'd be pretty goddamn bitchin'.
That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
They
that's deep cut.
did remaster those and put them on the Switch.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're fucking great. I have them both. They're so good.
Me personally, there's two IPs that we haven't seen in a very long time. F-Zero
Oh,
and
F-Zero would be so cool.
Star Fox, dude. Where is Star Fox?
Yeah, dude. Damn. It's
we
been a
have-
minute since we've gotten a fucking
We
Star
haven't
Fox
gotten
game.
a Star Fox game in forever. Like, probably since the GameCube, dude. Since the GameCube.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what if they just completely remade the
Star Fox
Adventure
Adventures?
game?
I would
I
love
would play the
that.
fuck out
That
of
game,
that. I would play
honestly,
the fuck out of that. Underrated.
that
Underrated.
Dude, that game was fully voiced. It had amazing that was like the showcase, like graphical fidelity game for the GameCube.
For the GameCube, yeah.
Actually,
that shit was fucking rad.
you know what? To
It was a good fucking game. Star Fox Adventures was a good fucking game. That shit was rad as fuck. Dude, I played the fuck out of that game. That was one of my favorite games on GameCube. I would love to see that come back. I also was a big fan of like the Kirby games on GameCube.
yeah, we got
like,
Kirby
dude,
not too
like-
long ago.
Dude, I really want Kirby Air Ride to come back so badly.
You know what's so funny? I'm actually watching this trailer and I had that moment that the game looks so much better in my head than like what it actually
because it's
looks
old
like.
now. It's
Yeah.
old now, but back in the day, it was the shit, and it looked so good.
Yeah, it was a good story. I would like them to do something in that world again. Dude, the game was in 240p.
Yeah, that's wild, dude. And that was considered like a big upgrade. That was like the new.
That is so funny. That is so funny. I wonder if anybody's...
Dude, I would love to get a new Star Fox game. It's kind of crazy that we have it in like several generations.
Dude, I think Star Fox would be awesome. Like Star Fox Adventures specifically would fucking rule. And the other thing I really want is I want Switch 2 enhancements to Switch games. Especially
Yes.
Like I would probably play through Scarlet and finish it if they could get that game running at like 40 frames per second solid.
Just stable, yeah. At least stabilize it, like for fuck's sake. Yeah, there's definitely some of those games where like it could benefit from and would be very appealing if it got like the backwards compatible games got like some form of enhancement. At least even if it was just extra frames on a lot of those games, I think would go a long way.
No, straight up. A lot of them I don't really think need fidelity enhancements at all. I mean, I wouldn't hate it for Pokemon specifically because the fidelity on even those 3D
On the
ones,
newest ones are not were not
yeah,
good.
like they could sharpen that at least. But yeah, just higher frame rate. Like imagine playing, you know, Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, and actually those games run really smooth. I do want to say that. But imagine those with a
Yes,
fidelity
those are
enhancement.
some of the more optimized Switch games.
And here's the thing. I think that's actually a likely thing as we're talking about it because I do remember them talking very early last year about when they were doing tech demos for the Switch 2. They were showing off like Breath of the Wild with the new hardware. I do remember like that being in articles and talking about like the draw distance and how much more clear things were. And that's not a bad looking game either. So I'd be
No,
interested to see how that works. Now, if they do enhancements to Switch titles, do you think it's going to be a free upgrade or do you think they're going to do the Sony thing and charge you $10-15?
hmm.
You think it's going to be a separate version of the game or do you think it's just going to be enhanced where like if it's just enhanced where like Microsoft is like it just works. You know what
I
I mean?
think it will. I think it will be. It will depend.
Yeah.
Because Sony kind of did a split model of that with the not. They didn't do it so much with like the PlayStation 5 Pro, but with the PlayStation 4 Pro, they kind of left it up to the developers.
Yeah.
Some people charged for their upgrades, some people didn't. Some people it was just something you got. I know for the majority of stuff on Xbox, like if they were able to enhance it, they just did. Um, and I would prefer obviously to go that way. Like I've already bought your fucking game. Like I don't think a 30 frames is worth $10 to $15. You can kind of eat my ass.
Mhm.
But like, would I do it for certain games if I really wanted that extra experience? Yes. Do I think that is going to be the industry norm for that sort of practice? God, I hope not.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really hope they don't do that, but Nintendo does weird things sometimes, so
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
hard to
possible.
anticipate how they will monetize or not monetize certain things because like the fucking as the Joy Cons are still ridiculously expensive to replace, right? They're
They're
still $80.
$80. It's ridiculous. Do you think the price goes up for the new ones? Or do you think they stay at that model and lower the price of the old ones?
They better not go up, goddamn it. They better not be more than $80 because I need them to fucking prove to me that they're not gonna fucking drift and that the magnets are gonna be stable and that this is going to work the same way they fucking say they did. Because I fucking sent in like at least two or three different pairs of my Joy Cons to get that shit fixed.
Yeah, yeah. I never sent mine in. Um Sorry, I had to sneeze. But I do have a enhancement kit sitting in my cart on Amazon, and I did this to my Xbox Series X controller, the base one that came with the console.
Hmm.
I took it apart and I replaced the button contacts and the thumbsticks and triggers and stuff myself. So, and it literally felt like a new controller once I did that. A little bit more clicky on the buttons, which I kind of like, you know. But I think I'm gonna do that to my Joy Cons as well. I'm actually gonna replace the original housing too on them as well.
Yeah, I don't even use the Joy Cons anymore. It's
Like
Pro Controller or nothing for me.
yeah, like I straight up am gonna replace the housing on them, replace all the buttons, and the only thing that I'm gonna keep that's from it is just the like the board that everything sits on. That's the only thing that's gonna be original. I'm just gonna redo them. And so, because I don't want to buy new ones, man. I don't want to. It's cheaper for me to do it this way. It's like it's only gonna cost me like $24.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot we're gonna see. We have less than 12 hours for the big event. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's time for the Switch 2. It's time for the Switch 2, baby. So, do you think they drop pre-orders on tomorrow, or do you think they wait a little bit?
I think they would give like a. I don't know if the pre-orders will go live. I think more than likely it would be a like they would end. They would give a pre-order release date.
Okay.
And maybe like and maybe like a website would go up so you could like register on the email list for like when pre-orders go live. I think it'd be more like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I hope it's that way. Nintendo said that they're going to be more prepared this time than they were last time
So
with
they
hardware.
say. So they say.
Do you think this is just going to just be gone the second the pre-orders go live?
I think they are anticipating an incredibly high volume of sales and that they learned from their release of the Switch because there was not a stock problem with the Switch Lite, nor was there a stock problem with the OLED. And I think they saw what happened when with the bullshit for the PlayStation 5 and how pissed that made everybody. So I think they are going to do their best to prepare. Whether or not that translates to the number of real life people upgrading their Switch to the Switch 2 is yet to be seen. I think a lot of people still feel like they can get more mileage out of their Switch. And I don't feel like they're quite done supporting the Switch as it is. So we'll see. I do believe that they are going to be better prepared. Whether or not it's prepared enough, I only think time can tell.
Yeah, and I think you're right on them still supporting the Switch because let's see how many Switches there, because there is over 150 million Switches out there. That's a
Yeah,
massive.
that would alienate a lot of players.
That's
A
a
lot of players.
massive install base. So like, I think they would be dumb to not still support that. I think I am gonna try and procure one right away.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
me too. I will do my best anyways.
Yeah, I think the way I'm gonna as much as I don't like them, I think the best way to do it is probably gonna be through a GameStop for me in my area.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Amazon's gonna be too hard to get. Best Buy's gonna be really hard to get, because people are gonna be drilling those online pre-orders, and I know that they do have them allocated to stores for physical sales as well. So I think I'm gonna hop into a GameStop and just run in and try and put like $100 down on one or something. Now, my final question of the night: what do you think the cost is?
It's going to be too much. I can tell you that much right now. That's all I can say. It's going to be too much.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yep.
500?
I think it'll be between 5 and 6.
Really?
Yep.
I want to say 449.99. That's what I want to say for it. 449.99.
Yeah, I think some of the bundles will definitely hit $600 easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Only time will tell, man.
I think this will definitely be Nintendo's most expensive console.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have to, fuck. You could get a PS5 now for like what, $350?
I don't remember. I didn't pay full price for mine.
Let's see. PS5. Let's see here. I'm just looking. I'm seeing 380. No, 375.
The release of the Pro consoles always makes a big shift for like what the other consoles resell for.
Yeah. Yeah. And it looks like you can still get your hands on the 30th anniversary edition. It just comes in a whole package now where it comes with, it's $1,000. You can get yourself their Pro controller, the disc drive, the Pro.
Yeah, you just got to be willing to spend bucks.
Yeah. Well, man, I think that is gonna do it for our Switch 2 conversation here, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, because we will be doing an update episode with all the information regarding the Switch 2 next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, we're going to talk about the schedule for the rest of GK Fest this week. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, Songs of the Abyss Episode 9 live stream. It's happening here. We're going to be live streaming our D&D show, from the Abyss. And our good buddy Sam will be joining us. If you guys have not watched Songs from the Abyss yet, this will be your chance to be introduced to him and see what it's all about. That'll be airing tomorrow at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. Thursday, we are playing Repo on Splash Damage. It's going to be a good time. That'll also be at 7 p.m. Friday, we're going to be doing our Marvel Phase 3 Part 2 ranking. This is going to be ending with Endgame. So we're finally doing it. We are going to finish out the Infinity Saga. Now,
Hell yeah.
don't forget, we got Patreon. Also, if you're in our Discord, please tell us what you think about the Switch 2. As you're listening to this or watching this, the Direct has probably already gone live. So come in there, tell us what you think about it, tell us what you're excited about, tell us what you were hoping to see if you didn't see anything, and any predictions about it moving forward. Now, this has been Good Kraken's Death Ratio, your choice for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you liked to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. West Coast time. If you liked what you heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services wherever you like to watch or listen. You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Death Ratio and leaving a review there. We have to go, but until next time, thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah. See you next time, friends.